afternoon YouTube, Xfile2708 back again with another horror pickups video. Got a nice stack of movie and documentary related pickups here. Primarily horror bar one or two I think. Mixture of a purchase from Lewis that he was getting rid of, some eBay purchases, Amazon, CX and HMV. So nice bumper haul here, including some really nice Arrow and Second Sight box sets. So stay tuned, guys. Looking forward to this one. So first one, this is one that Lewis was looking at getting rid of, one of his Steelbooks. So he did go through a phase of enjoying collecting Steelbooks, but he's noticed now, you know, there's quite a decent value in the Steelbooks, and you know, he's very similar to me, much more in favour of getting something that he can watch the film on, not necessarily you know, the overpriced Steelbook variant of it, 9 times out of 10 anyway. But yeah, he was looking to get rid of this one. It isn't a horror one, but it's one that I've seen with Lewis before. I really enjoyed the film, and for the 4K Steelbook as well, he did it me for the voucher price that he'd get the regular 4K for from CX. So I think this one, I think it cost me, it was either £4 or £6. 4K Steelbook of Creed 2. So I think the regular 4K was either between £4 and £6 anyway. So he said, if you want that, Dad, he said, just give me that, and you know, we'll sort it from there. So Creed 2 4K Steelbook, really good film, like I say, one that I've seen with Lewis previously and really enjoyed. You know, I don't tend to go too overboard with collecting Steelbooks. Most of the ones that I've got are all spine on, they're not up on display or anything like that. But for 4K, you know, I'd have probably picked up the regular edition anyway. So to get the Steelbook for exactly the same price was a Brucey bonus. So thank you very much, Lewis. Go check Lewis's channel out, Big Boy Bezza, link in the description. So there we go, guys, that's the first one. Next up, we have a couple of eBay purchases. These were ones, I've got the original movie in this franchise on DVD over on the other side of the room. It's a film that I really enjoy, and it is one that probably at some point I'll upgrade to, I think there's a UK Blu Ray of it, but I didn't have the second and the third one in this franchise. Now the second one I have seen before, the third one I haven't, so I'm looking forward to watching that one, hopefully over the next couple of days. But first of all, we have Cube 2 Hypercube. Seen this one a couple of times. I think absolutely brilliant sequel to the original. Huge fan of the original Cube. Yeah, one I do rewatch on a semi-regular basis. But yeah, both of these I'm about to show you were, what were they? Music Magpie, I think it was. And I think for the two combined, it was £4.50 delivered. So definitely can't go wrong at that price. So Cube 2 Hypercube. And then the one that I haven't seen before, but it seems to review fairly well, and from what I've read, I think it was on IMDb, this is actually a prequel to the original. So definitely one I'm looking forward to checking out. Like I say, big fan of the first and the second one. So yeah, looking forward to seeing. I think from what I've read, with it being a prequel, it's something along the lines of following the operator that's in charge of the cube and the combinations and all of that sort of thing. So it looks a really interesting variant, if you like, of the first two movies. So if anyone has seen Cube Zero, let me know if you're a fan of it or not. So there we go, that's that one there. Right, next up we've got a couple of Amazon purchases. This was one that I got a notification to say that it was on my wish list and it had dropped in price, so I think it was just under £9 delivered. So it's been on, like I say, my Amazon watch list, wish list, whatever it's called, probably for 18 months, 2 years now. So I do enjoy my horror documentaries. I've already got Never Sleep Again, Crystal Lake Memories, Room 237, and a couple of others. Got the Robo Doc as well. But yeah, haven't seen this one. Big fan of Robert Englund, and it's called Hollywood Dreams and Nightmares, the Robert Englund story, and it's the special collector's edition. Runs 129 minutes. So looking forward to delving into that one and getting a bit more of the history and the background and interviews, etc. So there we go. Like I say, on Amazon, guys, just under £9 delivered. So it was only a few days ago that I ordered it. So if you have got an interest, hop on and see if it's still at that really good price. So there we go. That's that one. Next up, I ordered these two. I'd got a £10 Amazon gift voucher for filling in a survey. So I was talking to Ash and Tim, as I do regularly in our Lords of Darkness WhatsApp group, and I said I'm going to treat myself to one of the Second Sight box sets. Like I say, £10 off, so I thought, well, I'll have a little look. There's a few box sets, Second Sight releases, around the £30 mark. So with a £10 voucher, brings it down to $19.99. So I had to get, look at that, absolutely chuffed to bits with that one. So big fan of this one, big fan of the second film. And I'm looking forward, been talking to Lewis about it, checking out the TV series, I think it was, that they released of it. Was it Creep Tales or something along those lines anyway? So looking forward to delving into that one as well. But yeah, brand new, like I say, £10 voucher, so brought it down to $19.99. So really pleased with that one. And I actually, oddly, although I've just spent £20 on this one, I actually prefer the second one. Don't get me wrong, the first one I do think is really good, but I did actually prefer the second one. So we'll see if Second Sight releases the second one later on down the line or not. But really pleased. You can see the shelf there. That's where all my Second Sight goodness is. So it's always nice to get a Second Sight box set, and I have actually got another one in this pile to show. So a couple of nice additions going into the Second Sight collection there. So there we go. That was off Amazon. And then because I haven't got Amazon Prime at the minute, I needed to take the value over £35 for the free delivery. So like I say, that was $29.99, but I did have the voucher. So another one that had been on my watch list to get for some time, and I think it was one that Bryn over at Horror Hands mentioned on one of his videos recently, and this is a really odd, obscure one about a killer dress. So I am looking to do a video coming up, guys, talking to Ash and Tim the other day, of killer recommendations. So there's a few films in my collection with killer objects. So I figured, right, let's get this one watched and find out what what all the fuss is about, if it's an enjoyable one or not. So I know Bryn did seem to enjoy it from what he said. It wasn't an absolute stinker, but by all accounts it's a very odd one about a killer dress. So in fabric, and I think that one was £6.99 I think it was, again brand new sealed, from Amazon. So there we go, there's In Fabric. Right, next up, sorry Lisa, I've let you down again. I should have had a cup of coffee ready for some slurpy slurp action. Do apologise, letting the side down again. Next up, some CX purchases. With it being bank holiday weekend, myself and Lewis were out and about on Saturday. So, yep, Saturday, and we were out and about again today, returning a Blu Ray that Lewis picked up. But when I get to today's CX purchases, I'll mention that then. So, this was one that I picked up on Saturday. So, this is a French, I think it's an extreme horror. And it's called, I think the translation in French is Calvaire. Some people would kill for company, but it's not a Tartan Asia Extreme, but it is a Tartan DVD release. I think Tim was saying that it's quite an extreme, depressing. I can't remember. He said something along the lines maybe of like sexual violence as well. So it is supposed to be quite a hard-hitting, disturbing one. One that I've never seen before, but it has been on my radar, probably going back to when I had my collection all those years ago before I got rid of it. So I've never seen it, never had it in the collection. So it was one that, like I say, I saw in the local CX, and I thought, right, I'm going to grab it now, and I'll pop it on the watch pile. It does say on the back, a must-see, Royston Vasey meets Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The Ordeal, aka Calvaire, delivers a terrifying and darkly comic tale of obsession, kidnap, and borderline psychosis that brings to mind films such as Deliverance, Straw Dogs, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but has a continental flavour very much of its own. So there you go, Deliverance, Straw Dogs, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm all in. So looking forward to checking this one out, and it's one that I will mention on the weekly watches, or recent watches as it's now known, as and when I've got round to it. So there we go, there's the Ordeal. Right, these couple, hang on, no, I've got these out of order now. Let's have a look. Right, so on the Saturday when I picked up Ordeal, the main thing that I went over for, are you ready for a nice, tasty 4K upgrade? Oh, look at that. Chuffed to bits with this one. You can see price at the top there, £28. So it is the Arrow limited edition 4K release, complete with the, I think it is an art book and poster, I do believe. Let's have a little look. Yeah, so we've got a booklet, so decent chunky booklet, a 4K in the black amaret. Let's have a look. What have we got? Oh, there you go. There's actually postcards in there as well. So poster, art cards, and the book. It looks to be, yeah, 4K only, so no Blu Ray with that one. And then a really nice poster. Let's have a look. Let's get it out, she cried. Where are we? There we go. That one there. And then the original poster art there. So there we go. So lovely edition there. I did trade my regular Arrow release in. So this one was, as you can see from the sticker, 28, but I think they were giving a £6 voucher for the Arrow release that I'd got, so that brought it down to just over £20, and it's got the old cardboard J card with it as well. and lots of special features. So my all-time favourite werewolf movie, very closely followed by Dog Soldiers, that you can see. Again, 4K second sight release on the shelf there. And now I've got the 4K American Werewolf limited edition Arrow release. So super pleased with that one. Right, these are the CX pickups from today. Like I say, Lewis picked up at the weekend, what was it? Slumber Party Massacre. Now, by all accounts, this was Nigel's recommendation. I think Lewis said Nigel recommended it when we met up a few weeks ago over in Middlesbrough with Sammy as well. And I think Lewis said that Nigel, oh my nose again, Nigel recommended this one. It was fucking dog shit. Me and Lewis watched it. Was it? Where are we today? We're Monday. Me and Lewis watched it Saturday evening. It was terrible. I'll speak more about it on the recent watches, I think later on in the week when I come round to it. But it was that bad. Lewis didn't want to keep it in his collection. I didn't want to buy it for the voucher cost for my collection. I've got the 101 releases. You can't see, it's the shelf above the second sight ones. That's got the original Slumber Party Massacres, but Nigel had apparently said the remake was decent. Nigel, you've let us down. I don't know if you were setting us up there or if we've just got a very different opinion, but it was horrendous. So we took it back to CX, got a full refund on it with a voucher. Lewis picked something else for his. So while I was in there, with this being a different store to the one we went to on Saturday, I thought it'd be rude not to pick up a couple of films, as we do. And this one has been on my list again to get for a while. It is one that I had in the collection previously. Price on this one. Now, some of you that, don't necessarily get DVDs anymore might think, well, that's a bit pricey for a DVD. No joke, guys. Have a look on eBay. The cheapest one of this that you can get currently is £19 something. Nearly £20. So I don't know if this is an out-of-print one. And I've just struck lucky in CX, finding it in one of the local stores. But it's one with Kane Hodder and Bill Moseley. So from 2014, a really good slasher film. Like I say, I did see it a few years ago. It's one that I did want to get back into the collection. I don't think there's been a UK Blu Ray that I'm aware of. But you know me, I'm more than happy to have films on DVD. And, if need be, if they're a favourite, I will upgrade them at some point down the line. So really happy to get this one back in the collection. And again, that's going on the pile to rewatch coming up. So there we go. There's Charlie's Farm. Right. Are you ready? Another second sight 4K coming into the collection. Chuffed to bits with this one. And it's a minter from CX, and I absolutely love this film. I did, before I cleared out my collection, have the second sight Blu Ray, but my local CX today came up trumps with a mint Changeling 4K second sight release. Spoiling me. So look at that. Absolutely chuffed to bits, like I say. Mint condition, this one, and it is an absolutely brilliant film. My letterbox rating on this one, guys, I give a 4.5 out of 5. Absolutely brilliant film. So it comes with quite a chunky book, this one as well. There we go. We do like a hard, rigid box. Matron. There we go. I need Nige now to do that, don't I? So there we go. Hard, rigid box. We have the Digipack which contains, good job it does contain because I didn't double check. There you go, 3 discs. So we have 4K Blu Ray, and then the I think it must be an extras disc maybe, or a soundtrack. I haven't actually looked as yet. So, but yep, 3 discer with a nice image on the back there. That's really smart. So if you haven't seen this one, guys, honestly, get on it. Absolutely fantastic film. So there you go. You get the digipack. You get postcards. Some nice, decent sized postcards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So decent size as well, those ones. So there we go. That's those ones. And then you also get a nice chunky book. There we go, that's that one. See the old title there. And like I say, nice thick book. See if there's any, there you go, all sorts of images and information about the film. But yeah, there we go. So that's that one. Let's put that back in nice and carefully. Like I say, absolute minter this one. So that will be going into the second sight collection behind. And I did say to Ash and Tim when I was chatting to them in the group later, upcoming video sharing my shelf by shelf with an overview of my second sight collection as it stands. So that will probably be coming up in the next couple of weeks. I am waiting for one more second sight box set, which I've brought off a good friend and fellow YouTuber, so that should be here towards the end of the week. So once I've got that, shown it on a video, and put it into the collection, then I'll look to do the shelf by shelf. So, but yeah, there we go. There's the Changeling 4K second sight. And then 3 to finish, guys. These were HMV purchases. Thankfully, myself and Lewis went back in at the weekend. We weren't banned from when we went across with Nige and Sammy, and Nige let rip down there and pretty much had to evacuate the building, but thankfully we were still allowed in today. So there was one that I'd seen, when was it? I'd seen it on the way out when we had the meet up with Nige and Sammy, but I think I dropped £60, something like that, on the 101 releases in there. So I left this one on the shelf, but thankfully it was still in the sale. And again, shout out to my good friend Lisa Loves. Link in the description again to everybody that I've mentioned in this video. Myself and Lisa, we talk about Billy Connolly on our videos. Funniest comedian ever. We both agree on that one. I've said to Lisa in comments and messages before that if I could ever meet Billy Connolly, if I could choose one person to have a few beers with and just chat and listen to stories, it would be Billy Connolly all day long. Such a funny guy. This is the BFI Blu Ray, reduced down to $7.99. So looking forward to checking this one out, and it's Big Banana Feet. It says Billy Connolly is at the peak of his powers in this newly rediscovered and restored film, capturing the Big Yin on and off stage during his 1975 tour of Ireland. Big Banana Feet is a captivating record of Connolly on the cusp of international stardom. So loads of special features as well, as you'd expect with BFI, and I think it's got a feature runtime of 77 minutes. So looking forward to having a couple of rum and cokes one evening, cracking this one open and giving it a watch. I'm sure I'll be chuckling away. So There we go. Big Banana Feet, Billy Connolly. And then wasn't expecting these. So I always say to Lewis when we go into HMV, as we're going towards the lift at the back of the store, have a glance on the counter, see if there's anything that's reduced with a purchase. So, you know, I've seen things like Unforgiven 4K and stuff like that with any purchase for $9.99. So I always say to Lewis, let's have a look and see if they've got anything of interest. And I managed to get 2 4K horrors, both of these $9.99 each. So the first one, look at that, absolutely fantastic film. Poltergeist from, what was it, early 80s, isn't it, I think? Is it 82? I can't see the tiny writing. I need Stuart George's Sherlock Holmes magnifier to read the print on the back. But yeah, I'd got Poltergeist on Blu Ray. Lewis, I think, has already got the collection, so I said I'll lump it into CX as he's already got it. But $9.99 with any purchase for the 4K of Poltergeist. So this was a HMV visit only, Saturday just gone. So if you've got an interest in any of these, well worth popping into your local HMV, and fingers crossed the offer's still on. So there we go, there's Poltergeist. And then the one that I'm really pleased with, I nearly ended up dropping £15 of store credit on this in a local CX a few weeks ago. HMV had this one on the counter again, $9.99 with any purchase. Look at that. The Lost Boys. Absolutely amazing vampire film. Absolutely love this one with Kiefer Sutherland. Absolutely brilliant. I've wanted to rewatch it for a while now. I did pick up the Blu Ray probably a month or so ago, but I've now passed that on to Lewis. And yeah, happy to add the 4K release of Lost Boys into the collection. Brand new and sealed, $9.99. So there we go, guys. That's my horror pickups, or primarily horror pickups, from the last week or two. So some really nice box sets going into the Arrow and Second Sight collection. Some nice 4Ks going in, and just some absolutely fantastic additions all round. Let me know in the comments any there that are your particular favourites. If there's any movies that I mentioned that I haven't seen before. I don't think there was too many, actually. I think maybe The Ordeal. If anyone has seen that one, let me know in the comments if you're a fan of it or not. But yeah, really happy with that. So upcoming video later on in the week, guys. As I mentioned during this video, I've got a couple of purchases from a good friend and fellow YouTuber on here. Those should be due towards the tail end of the week. I did pick up some more horror tin signs today, but I didn't want to make this this video any longer than needed, so I'll show those later on in the week as well. And I've got a couple of eBay purchases from last week that should be through. Obviously with the bank holiday, post is a bit delayed, so I'm hoping those will be through in the next couple of days as well. So plenty of stuff on the way, guys. And as I say, I should have that shelf by shelf overview of my Second Sight collection coming up in the next couple of weeks as well. Right, there we go. I'm going to go and get myself some slurpy slurp action. There we go. As always, guys, please remember to like, comment and subscribe and all that good stuff. And I'll be back later on in the week with another video. Bye for now, guys.